Kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. En son şu ruhu takip edip izlerini bulacaktık. Roach gelsin de sonra yardım ederiz bekle. Roach'u ve ben geldim. Roach yine yemek mi yiyorsun ya? Gel buraya.
Come on.
Şu ruh arkadaşı
Let's go.
takip edelim. Neydi bunun ismini? Az önce bir önceki bölümde koymuştuk. Birde miydi? Değil.
Come on now. Fuck. Move it.
Ağır yağışlı tabii abi.
Come on now.
Ben şu hızda mı gidince anca o bana yol gösterecek? Ben şunlardan bir uzaklaşayım da. O manyak da orada durdu benimle bekliyor. Bu evde bir şeyler var. Yine F'ye bastım inmek için.
Sure wasn't lavender you kept in there. One of them must have dropped looking around though.
At izlerini inceleyemiyor muyum? Şunları takalım.
Clothing. They change in here.
İncele işte şunları ya.
Horseshoe. No way a pitch burner could afford a horse. Both were here. I'm going the right way.
Bir evin içine bakalım.
Wants to show me something more.
Bunlar nereden çıktı be? Normalde bunlara çok karşı karşıya gelmezdik ama. Bunun peşinden bir koşturayım ben ya. Olaylar büyüyecek gibi. Ben koşarak bile geçiyorum. Azıcık hızlı yapabilirlerdi bunu. Şimşekler de güzel çakıyor. Ay da çok yakın duruyor dünyaya.
Macrophages had a field day. Still take a closer look.
Bir gidin ya, bir gidin. Ver Queen'i ver.
Should examine that horse carcass.
Var mı başka? Karşıda bir tane var. Patlama. İyi, tamam. Tuhaf yaratıklar. Heh, şimdi geldik inceleme yerine. Üf, atın kafa gitmiş.
What do we have here?
Baştan başlayalım.
Head torn clear off. Takes incredible strength. Horseshoes missing. Is this the animal that lost one in the smokehouse? Giant claws. Wasn't a necrophage made these marks. Chewed on the saddle. Necrophages will eat anything these days. Bones have been here a while. Must have been attacked by a powerful beast. Surprised him. Hope they got away. Trail goes on. Good thing it doesn't end here.
Kurt, bir git ya. Kesin bu evde de bir şey var. Evet.
A fisherman's hut. Seems she wants me to take a closer look.
Who's that? The room. Go on now.
What you seek here, sir? Our hut's out of the way. Woeful. We has nothing. We knows nothing.
Just need information. Looking for two women, the Bloody Baron's wife and daughter.
Not a soul have been here, sir.
Sure? Not even passing through? Daughter's medium height, about 20. Her mother's thin, about 40. Seen them?
That sir came at night, right, Mummy? Quiet, boy.
I want to help that woman. She could be in danger.
Young and seen no one, my lord. He's a kiddie. Must have dreamt it.
I want to hear this dream then. So kid, who did you see? Who came here?
Pappy brought her at night. The lady does the medicines. She was all afeared. Talked about an awful monster. Said she had to go back. Don't know where to. Mummy and Pappy cheered her up. Gave her clothes. Hers were ragged.
Where'd the girl go? Your son said enough. No point in playing dumb anymore.
Sorry, sir, but you don't look like one of our father's men.
Because I'm not. I'm looking for Tamara and her mother. I need to know if they're alive and safe.
Tamara is high. She's to my brother's place in Oxenford. But Mrs. Anna, that's another tale. Though anywhere's better than the crow's perch with a baron.
Why?
Cause he beat her, sir. Beat Mrs. Anna, I means. Everyone knew, but not a one lifted a finger for to stop it.
What happened to Tamara's mother?
Twere like this. I was awaiting in the old smokehouse with horses. Cold as hell and so dark, couldn't see past 2 ells in front of you. Moon had risen high, and still they hadn't come. Began to fear some demon had snatched them. But finally they came forth, and we sets off towards the river. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a gale arose. Thought it'd tear my head off. And those damn birds, swarms of them coursing o'er the woods, raising a racket to make your ears bleed. Mrs. Anna screamed, bent over into herself. Tamara knelt down, gripped her arms. 'Twere then I saw it. Fiery marks on her hands.
Why help them at all? You risked a lot.
By the debt. Owed Miss Tamara. 3 moons passed, a fever gripped my boy. We thought he was done for. Tamara learnt it, brought food and salves. We're poorer than dirt itself. She saved my boy. No two ways about it. Me, myself, I'd have never dared to help. But my missus told me a time of war and contempt's come, a time of folk gone wrong. We needs to repay good with good. Who stands by idly does evil as if.
Married a wise woman.
Crying shame we couldn't save Mrs. Anna in the end.
Fine. What happened next?
Grew even darker. Seemed someone had put out the stars. Crickets all went silent of a sudden, and then, from the woods, a roar. Broke out in a cold sweat, and before I could catch my breath, a beast jumped out of the woods, big as a barn, with horns and two burning coals for eyes. I thought I was done for. Beast attacked Mrs. Anna's horse, ripped its head off, carried her off into the woods. Our horses, mine and Miss Tamara's, got spooked and tore off willy-nilly. 'Twere the only reason we escaped. The miss wanted to go back for her mother, but my wife pleaded, said she'd die out there alone. Miss Tamara agreed not to go.
What marks?
These, well, like burned on with hot iron, on the palms, inside.
Burned? Like a cattle brand?
Aye, though these wasn't black scars scabbed over. They's hot and glowing, as if they burned with raw fire.
Bir şeyler öğrendik ama.
Thanks for your help.
The lady, she'll be all right in the end, won't she?
I'll do what I can to see that she is.
Para bırakabilsem şu aileye bırakırdım.
So here our paths diverge. Thank you, Dea. Go in peace.
Önce Baron'un kızına gidelim, sonra şey yapalım ya. Baron'la konuşalım yeniden. Vakit kaybetmeyelim. Şuradan görevlerden Baron'un kızına gidelim önce. Uzun bir yolculuk olacak gibi. Yeni yerler keşfederiz ama iyi olur. Köyleri falan. Güneş nasıl vurdu gözüme? O sanki araba sürerken oluyor. Gerçekteki gibi oldu aynı. Güzel yapmışlar. Şu adama yardım edelim ya. Oo, hızlısın. Adam bug'a girmiş.
They'd have eaten me alive for certain. Corpses must have drawn them. Thank you for not leaving me there. Seems luck's with me at times after all.
Luck? Guess things could be worse. You get infected recently? That why you haul corpses?
What? No, it's my job. Well paid too.
Thing is, you're not a witcher or a mage, so you're not immune.
I'm no foul mutant, thank the gods. But no worries, nay. It's just, well, no illness ever holds me.
Bir de Mutant diyor be. Hiç bununla
Need to
konuşmayacağım.
figure out the card yourself. I gotta go.
You've helped me greatly all the same. Thanks again and Godspeed. Now, to find that daft horse and get the stiffs back on the wagon.
That's it, Roach.
Hadi iyilik sevap point. Bugün de iyilik yaptık. Şöyle gitsem daha kısa sürecek ya. Bir sucadığımız eksikti. Buralara niye full yaratıklar bürünmüş acaba? Güzel manzarası varmış ama.
What are you doing?
Ya bunlar şimdi bu bizimkileri saldırmıyor mu? Ah bir bu eksikti var ya. Şunu bir hayır de devam edelim. Sonunda şehri gördük be. Yüzerek mi girsek diyeceğim de yüzerek girebilir miyiz? Bir bilgim yok. Girerim aslında. Orada girişi şuradanmış zaten. Bir açılın beyler, bir açılın.
Halt! No passage.
Case of the plague surface in the city or something?
The plague? No. We're to not let folk in the city. It's an order, so I don't, unless someone's got a pass.
Who ordered the city gates closed?
Word is the king himself. Doesn't want paupers and refugees pissing all over his beautiful city. Apart from which, when folk can go hither and thither, always a chance some spy will slink through. This way, spies got it harder. So, no pass, no passage.
What kind of pass are we talking about?
Well, a normal one. A transit pass.
Who issues them?
How should I know? I'm a lowly soldier.
Farewell.
Yerleşim alanında yollar genellikle dar ve bu nedenle akşam. Tamam. Bir an öleceğim sandım var ya. Şuradan zaten şehre giriş yapılıyor herhalde. Ya da şu üst taraf mı şehir bilmiyorum ama ben buradan girerim. Yani köprüyü kapatmakla yasak olmuyor o işler.
Halt! You there? Please wait. You're Geralt of Rivia, are you not?
Bu ne şimdi?
Depends who's asking.
Revenue and Customs for occupied Tamara, Dorian branch, represented by yours truly, Deputy Tax Enumerator.
Bir vergi şeyimiz eksikti var ya, Türkiye burada bile peşimizde.
What seems to be the problem?
In brief, undeclared income.
Excuse me?
We've had reports, numerous, that over the last months you've come into a great deal of coin. Quickly. So quickly it's raised suspicions.
I get how that might have happened. Be glad to clear them up.
Hadi aklatla kurtulalım biz de.
Witcher, Monster Slayer.
Sole proprietorship, service sector. Type of services rendered, rat pest monster removal. Moving on. Have you at any time engaged in the wholesale trade of rawhide in the White Orchard area?
This some kind of joke? Of course not.
Right. Next. During the current fiscal year, have you engaged in the acquisition of bivalves with the express intention of selling the pearls therein?
Even if I have, what's wrong with that?
Article 86, Section 3 of the Tax Code. Whosoever purchases goods at an unseemly low price to take advantage of the seller's ignorance shall be subject to a fine equaling 200% of the earnings from any such a transaction. Sound familiar?
Bu nasıl
And now,
kanun?
please answer. Have you or have you not dealt in said pearls?
No, never done anything of the sort. Witcher's honor.
Now, for the final question. Have you ever unlawfully acquired another man's movable goods? Chattels?
Yaptın mı öyle bir şey?
Meaning?
Meaning, have you ever waltzed into someone's home and
Yok be,
taken
yapmadık
something
bunu.
without their permission?
Ya, isteyerek yapmadık.
Gotta be kidding. The Witcher's code forbids it.
I'm pleased to hear you abide by your guild's bylaws. Now, if you could wait for one moment, compare column B to table 7. Apply the rate for confirmed childless bachelors, a tax credit of 7.3% for practitioners of hazardous professions. It adds up to the crown. I'll say, good sir, you are exceptionally upstanding.
It'd be rude to disagree.
In these times, such civic virtue is a rarity. It must be commended,
Para mı vereceğim?
rewarded. Here,
What's this?
a diploma. I bestow on you the title of taxpayer in good standing. I'd suggest you frame it, hang it in a place of
Bu kadar
honor.
kolay mıydı?
Congratulations.
Türkiye'de de böyle olsa. Şimdi hikayeye geri dönebiliriz.
I'm looking for Tamara, the Bloody Baron's daughter. Your brother said I'd find her here.
Wojtek sent you, sir.
How else would I know she was here?
Wait a moment. I'll fetch her straight away.
Gözler aynı. Bak şimdi kedinin gözleri bak, bir de bununkileri aynı.
You're looking for me, and who might you be? My father sent you?
Yeah, to see if you're still alive. And well. I'm Geralt of Rivia.
I'm quite alive and extraordinarily well, Geralt of Rivia. Better than I've ever been in this rotten life of mine, and now that you've seen me, I bid you farewell.
Wait.
We've nothing more to talk about.
Your father's a vile man. You're angry and bitter. Can't blame you.
Why do you help him then? Why did you take this job?
Because he knows something about someone dear to me. Promised to tell me if I found you and your mother.
Got it. A bit of blackmail. Just his style. Well, now you've found
Siri'yi
him,
buna
you can
soralım.
tell him I'm
Bu da
alive
biliyordur
and I'm
oradaysa.
never coming back.
Kimsenin aklına gelmedi mi bu? Hikayeyi ondan dinlemeyelim ya. Mecbur
Before
ama.
I agreed to look for you, your father told me his version of events. Tell me yours.
Mine? It's dull as life amidst the swamps. My earliest memories are of a drunken father lying under the stairs, caked in mud and clutching a bottle. Next dozen years, pretty much the same. Father would drink, disappear for days, then come home in a rage and send furniture flying. Thank the gods for war. I was glad every time they sent him off. And the quarrels. I remember him screaming at Mum, the thuds as he beat her, then her sobbing. I'd hide under my bed and long for silence. That's the long and short of it. Multiply by 19 and there you have my life. Finally we'd had enough, Mum and me. He crossed the line and we fled.
Wojtek claims your mother had strange marks on her hands, and that a monster dragged her into the woods. That true?
We were riding towards the river. Suddenly, Mum cried out, bent over, almost fell off her horse. I rode up to her and saw something strange. Her hands were on fire. And then that creature leapt from the woods. I don't know what it was, but it roared so fierce my nose bled. I saw it topple trees. I've never been so scared in my life. And that thing grabbed my mum and disappeared into the woods. I wanted to turn back, go after them, but the horses panicked. Now I don't even know if she's alive.
I don't mean to pry, but I know your mother had a miscarriage.
His doing? He shoved her, she fell, that's how it started. We were alone, no one to help, blood everywhere. Worst night of my life.
Sorry. Must have been hard for you both.
Mum was in shock. She was raving that it was better this way, that she never wanted the charge. Must have had a fever. She was losing blood the whole time.
She didn't want the child?
Said she'd sooner cut open her gut than bear another child from his seed.
Daha o zaman kadın yapmıştır
What
o
will
işi.
you do now?
Find my mum.
You realize that might not be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm not daft enough to believe I can do it alone. I've got some new friends now. Powerful friends. They'll help me.
Who are these friends, if it's not a secret?
No secret. Heard of the Church of the Eternal Fire? A priest helped me contact the Redanian witch hunters. Righteous, brave men. They'll help me.
Hence the candlesticks in your room. So you believe in the eternal fire?
Once the heat of the fire has set your heart aflame, it gives you strength and leads you down the path of truth for the rest of your life. I hope it'll bless you with its warmth one day.
Thanks. Thing is, fire's tricky. It's easy to get burned.
Hadi güzel laf söyledi. Ateş
What about
incelik
your
ister.
father?
Who? Oh, him. I don't care. I won't go back to him. That bit of my life? Forgotten it already.
Well, well. A witcher. Never thought the Baron would stoop to hiring a monster slayer. Though I hear you're good at tracking things down.
Glad you know who I am. Haven't introduced yourself, though.
Graden, witch hunter in the service of His Royal Majesty Radovid of Redania. I'm certain you've heard of us.
Rings a bell.
If the bloody Baron sent you to fetch his daughter, you'd best face it. You will fail in your task.
I appreciate your concern, but I don't need it. As for Tamara, she can make her own decisions.
Noble of you. A killer for hire abandoning his bounty for the good of another. The hunters and the Church of the Eternal Fire thank you. So the Baron hired a witcher to find his daughter. Interesting.
Barona mutsuz demeyeceğim.
Where are you gonna take her?
Tamara must rest. She's had a harrowing experience. When the warmth of the Eternal Fire has restored her strength, we shall see about finding her mother.
Hope you know what you're getting into.
I've never been more certain. The Eternal Fire is the best thing that could happen to
Peki
me.
yan o zaman o ateşte ne diyelim?
Good luck.
Thank you for respecting my choice. Farewell.
Ve dostlar edindik. İnsanlar ne kadar aptal dermiş gibi. Ha, artık Baron Reis'in yanına gidebilirim. Burada hızlı gitmeyle ilgili bir şeyler var mı acaba? Yok deme. Vallahi yok. En yakını şu. Bakayım, belki şehrin içinde bulurum ya. Roach, ne yapıyorsun Roach? Gel buraya, gidiyoruz.
Come on, Roach.
Müzikler güzel. Heh, yeni işaret. Bunu arıyordum ben de. Karga tüneyiydi değil mi oranın ismi? Aynen. Roach. Lan aşağıda ne yapıyorsun ya? Gel yanıma. Sonunda. Sen nereye kaçıyorsun? Kusura bakma. Acıdıysa kusura bakma. Koş Roach, koş. Lan koşsana, baronun yanına yetişeceğiz. Önümde bir ışık gidiyor ama.
Come on, Roach.
Bulutlardan.
Remember me?
Stable hand pulled you out of the fire.
We'll never forget that. Here, I'm grateful.
Vay. Durduk yere para kazandık. Şu baronu bir bulayım ben ya.
Witcher, a word, please.
Konuşalım.
Believe we've not had the pleasure. They call me the Sergeant. Left over from my army days, you understand. When me and Philip, meaning the Baron, served under a Temerian banner. Wanted to ask you about something.
What is it?
That night when the Baron ordered everyone to lock their doors, stay inside. What did you and the Baron do?
Gotta ask the Baron about that. Speaking of which, know where he is?
Güzel cevaptı.
Spends a lot of time sitting there of late.
Drunk.
No, don't drink, don't eat. Just sits.
Şu manyakla bir konuşalım ya.
There you are.
See the hollyhock there? The violet blooms. Brought the plants here from Nazaire. Anna had read some story. Insisted on having them. Spent hours tending to them, trimming, pruning. She was so content at that. And them, the frilly ones, are called birds of paradise in Zerrikania. But Tamara called them dragons of paradise. She adored them. Damn shame I'll never learn which blooms would please Dea most. Though it's good to know her spirit's free.
Your loss. It must hurt. Bad. But there wasn't anything we could do.
No. Not now. Not anymore. It was too late. That was clear. Should have acted earlier. Taken them all from this damned felon. In this hole. This reesty mire. Nothing could go right here.
Got some
Şunu
information
anlatalım
about your
artık ya.
family.
Ailesine bilgilerini verelim.
Well, let's go inside. It's a bit chilly
Bak
out.
nasıl mutlu oldu. Bu adam akıllanmış ya. Aklı başına gelmiş.
Any news for me?
Your daughter's in Oxenford.
What the blazes? She all right? In good health? Safe? Why haven't you brought her back?
Never offered to do that.
How do you know she's safe? You see her at least?
I saw her. We talked. She said I could tell you she's safe
When will she come home?
and that she's not coming back.
She's not to return. But I've prepared all for her. Her rooms await. I sent away for new pantoblas from Toussaint. How can she not come back?
Ebedi ateş.
She's not coming back, period. And I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to return to a home like this either.
Ah, horse bugger you, blind. I know what you think already. You've no need to repeat it. I've not been a good father, I know, but perhaps it's not too late.
Can always try. Wouldn't count on succeeding, though.
I've nothing to lose. Very well. You were to find them both. What of Anna? Learned anything?
Nothing yet, but I'm on her trail.
Well, what are you waiting for?
For you to tell me about Siri, like we agreed.
Siri'den bir hikaye daha geliyor.
Fine. A word once given. When Siri was on the mend, we took her out on a hunt. Thought a bit of galloping would warm up her limbs, gone stiff from so much bed rest.
Evet, Siri'ye geçiyoruz yine.
That lass of yours, pure luck in the flesh. To hunt down a wild boar that size, why, worthy of one of King Foltest's feasts, were he still among the living. Siri, come! Our haunt should be yours as I see it.
Oh, you done well, lass.
Not bad. Not bad at all. But who goes boar hunting with a sword?
No bow at hand, no spear. My sword was all I had.
Well, you brandished it beautifully. Where'd they teach you that, anyway?
Karl Morgan.
At Kaer Morhen.
Witcher school there, aye. But they only took lads, as I recall.
They made an exception for me.
Right. Mean to say you're a she-witcher?
Not entirely. The mutations, I was never subjected to them. But everything else I know, I learned from the witches there.
Know any of them potions?
Not so much. A bit.
Because you see, at times I get this pinching back here.
Shut it, Egrin. Nobody cares about your backside. A woman could swing a sword. I've knowed one. But never seen a lady mount anything but a cock proper. All tipsy on horseback. Nothing strange on account they bloody mount them sideways.
Perhaps you'd care to wager?
Think you can outrun me on an horse? Naturally. What's the stake?
Black mare. The one in the stable.
Oh, that won't do it all.
Korktun mu?
What happened? You get the jitters?
No,
So why not?
the horse is mine.
To race the Baron himself. I'd consider it an honor.
Oh, that'd be a sight to behold.
Would it ever?
Done. But if I win, I take your sword.
Agreed.
I'd not drink any more this night. You'll want your head about you. We start at daybreak.
O kılıcı kaybetmek istemem. Bakın at sürme becerilerimizin hepsini göstereceğiz bu bölüm büyük ihtimal. Arkadaki amca şey gibi değil miydi? Bağıran az önce. Şu koyunları çağıran adam gibi.
Man chop!
Başlıyoruz. Lan yine mi ya? Yetişmen gerekecek baron. Ya okuyamadım ne dediğini ya. Barona bak, sen hile yapmaya çalışıyor. Oo, tozumuzu yuttu adam.
You're wind, not woman. Worthy of the best horse. The mare is yours.
Thank you.
What?
Oo, Griffin Reis.
She screamed like a mad woman. In an instant, all had forgotten the wager. Every man ran to save his skin, even were it to break his neck.
And they make it?
Some, aye. Others were not so fortunate. But what happened then, I must say, Witcher, seen a lot, but nothing like this. Never.
Uh-oh. I know that look.
You're a fast learner. You'll know the rest once you find my wife.
Working on it.
And making piss-poor progress.
They split up. Hadn't considered that possibility before. But don't worry. I'll find Anna too.
Neyse sonra. O işler sonra. Uzun uzun konuşacağız seninle, şu karnını da bulalım. Bu bölümlük bu kadar o zaman. Adım adım ilerleyeceğiz. Yani çok uzamasın bölüm. Sıkıcı oluyor ondan sonra. Çok bir şey yapmadık bu bölümde. Bir kızının ne olduğunu öğrendik. Cadının peşinde bölümünde de bırakıyorum.